Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about another weird Sonic game, Sonic Spinball. This game has such a duality to it because the parts that are good are really, really good, and it makes me very big happy, but the parts that are bad make me want to throw multiple bricks at a wall. I don't know where that joke is going. So let me go ahead and get the main gameplay loop out of the way so that I can talk about the things that I liked and disliked specifically. So the way this game works is pretty simple. What you have to do is that Sonic spinballs around levels to try and find the Chaos Emeralds. Now, the amount that you actually have to collect, it varies, and you actually only collect blue-colored emeralds. And they don't even look like emeralds. They look like the flippin' time stones. Like, what the heck is this? Yet these are not Chaos Emeralds. And another weird thing is that they're not even called Chaos Emeralds in the game. They're called Emerald Powers. I don't know. This is really weird. It's like this isn't pulling from any other Sonic lore. This is the Sonic Spinball lore. Hashtag Spinball Sweep. And the way that you collect these emerald powers varies. Sometimes you'll have to flick a switch, and sometimes you have to ride a minecart. Other times you'll be using steam in a factory to propel yourself, and other times it'll just have to be precise movement. So there's no one way to get all of them, and they're just scattered throughout the level. And once you've gotten all of them, which, like I said, the amount varies, you get to unlock the boss room. And once you beat the boss, the level is complete, and then you move on to the next one. That is the formula, and I think this formula is really, really great. While I think that this game has some issues, I think the formula is pretty strong. Just being able to go around these levels and collecting these little emerald powers, it's satisfying. It may be difficult and it may be frustrating at points, but man, the rewarding feeling that you get when you get to see Sonic pop out of the screen and hold this big time stone looking emerald power, whatever it is so rewarding. It doesn't just feel like, oh hey, you went through all this trouble, and it's like, yeah, you got an emerald power, go collect 4 more. I mean, yeah, you have to do that, you have to collect a multiple of them, but just collecting one feels so satisfying, and I love it. So since we're on the streak of things I like, I guess that's what we're doing first. The art style. This is the most American Sonic game ever. Like, this is Mohawk Sonic. For like the first time ever, the Sonic that you see on the cover art, that is the Sonic that you will be playing as. And man, just look at this title screen. It's so full of life. Like, this entire game, nothing about the art in this game looks dead or uninspired. Everything is full of life and energy, and it's just, I don't think any other 16-bit era game almost can even get close to this. Like, none of the classic Sonic games even get close to how full this game feels in an artistic scale. Hold on, let me stop the video right there. I want to invite all of you to come over to my Discord server. Now, this is a Discord with a lot of stupid channels and a lot of stupid things we talk about, filled with even stupider people. So if that sounds really stupid to you, then, I don't know, join. There's a link in the description, okay? Like, I want to shill or something. And getting to more specific sprites, I love Sonic's running, like these like ones where you're standing, because actually, sometimes you will have to actually not be rolling around, and you'll actually have to use just walking. While the physics on that are pretty crappy, they're still pretty neat that they actually added something a little bit deeper. Another thing I like is the boss fights. While yes, most everyone talks about how terrifying the first boss is, and yeah, it is pretty off-putting, but the bosses are all pretty fun. None of them are like rage, like just like throwing bricks at a wall once again, but they're pretty decently challenging. The only boss that I would say was actually gave me some crap was the final boss, and I feel like out of everything, that's kind of granted. At least it's not some random annoyance, and it was an actual skill issue. But yeah, all these bosses are different. None of them are copy and paste. They all function differently and have a lot of artistic differences, and I love that. And that's just another thing to add on top of how good this game looks. And because everything goes together so well and nothing feels copy and pasted. Now, this is kind of a pro and kind of a con at the same time. It's the difficulty. There is a good part of the difficulty and a bad part of the difficulty. So let's start off with the good part. It's that this game is actually challenging, like genuinely, like it is hard and it's satisfying to beat. But when I just want to put into perspective how difficult this game is. If you're a Sonic fan and you've beaten Unleashed, you know the absolute terror that Unleashed's final stage, Eggman Land, can be. While it's an outstanding stage, it is very difficult on that first playthrough. And this game, beating this game, was harder than Eggman Land. I mean, it's crazy. No game for children should be this difficult. Like, wow. Then there's the bad part. A lot of this game's difficulty doesn't come from actual challenge. It comes from the RNG garbage that comes with the fact that this game is a pinball game. You have very little control over Sonic, and yes, while by technicality, you not hitting him in the right direction is a skill issue, it's really hard to figure out how to use the flippers. I've gotten better at the game, and actually going back to beat the game, I beat the entire game way faster. All the gameplay you're seeing is not my first playthrough, and it is my second replay of the game, and once you've beaten the game, it is pretty easy to get past a lot of the crap, but first playing the game, like, yeah, there's a lot of crap that comes with just the fact that this is a pinball game. There's so much unpredictability because there's enemies that fly across the stage that if you hit, completely kill your momentum. Yeah, you get a score bonus for killing them, and that's pretty cool, but man, you just, there's so much RNG to this game, so much unpredictability. A lot of things in this game are just random. There's so many random variables to determine how good you're gonna do. And so honestly, if you're unlucky, your first playthrough of this game could be absolutely insufferable. Or if you're lucky, you could breeze right through this game like it's almost nothing. While yes, you still have to be at least pretty good to even get past it at all, there is a good chance that this game could be completely overly difficult or completely less difficult than it's meant to be. Another thing I didn't like is how the art style was almost too good sometimes, because important mechanics would blend in with the background. Game mechanics were like, everything is so well drawn that game mechanics don't even stick out, which is kind of funny. For example, in Lava Powerhouse, you have to use these little steam things to get to the Emerald Power. Well, I didn't even see these because everything has been drawn so well that these little things in the wall did not stick out to me at all, and I literally had to look up a playthrough just to see the person press jump, because I already knew how these Steam little mechanics work, but I didn't even see it, which is a kind of common occurrence. And so, with all of that said, would I recommend you play this game? Actually, totally. Give this game a shot. While it may give you some crap, it's still a good game. It's not great, but it's good, and if you're at all interested in Sonic, I would just say give it a shot. And so, I do hope you enjoyed this video. I invite you to subscribe if this is the kind of channel that you would be interested in, and road to 1K, super excited about that. So, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.